Podcast Summit 2023, baby. We in the building.
What we doing? A podcast summit, that's what we're doing.
This is one of those events that if you miss, you actually miss something. Everybody knows media is taking over, and David Shares is leading the front.
It isn't just about building a podcast and finding your message. It's about truly leveraging the power of podcasting.
Create, don't wait. Everyone here is a content creator or emerging content creator or aspiring content creator, and we have learned the tools necessary to create our own work.
Right now.
I think it's a lot of people that just didn't register their comment. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, we're not tripping on general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if I told them, hey, look, if they're not on it, we'll double check. If we got to add it, I want everyone logged so we know what the final number is.
Yeah.
I'm really just tripping off of, the VIP mastermind. So we have certain limits for all those.
Yeah.
The preparation for the podcast summit was grueling. Providing this experience for creators of color, the sun, the vibes, the feel of Miami, it was all worth it.
We do have a limit on All-Star. There's a certain amount of people we can feed.
Well, we don't have a limit anymore because we have the bigger room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to pay for it.
Got it.
Yeah, so you technically could still sell All-Star Masterminds or have people upgrade.
What do we deliver to a broad audience of people who are in the podcasting space?
I came here to learn more about branding and how to expand it into a podcast.
Some people are interested in podcasts, and they're coming to find out how they can finally launch this podcast that's in their head.
So I'm also here to learn about how I can monetize my podcast that I'm looking to launch in September and protect my brand legally.
But there's another group of people who have been podcasting, but they have no idea what they're doing. It's not growing. They're not getting more views. They're not getting more downloads.
I want to learn how to monetize. I want to learn how to grow. I just want to learn how to, engage with the people more. I'm just a mom who just wanted to do something crazy.
But you're holding it intentionally so there's more energy outside.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, do your thing, man. How if we're behind, how do we make up for it, or we just push everything back a little bit?
I think there are breaks that will naturally adjust.
Got it.
And get us back on track. Yeah.
What's the lobby looking like? Is it busy? Are they out there? Did they show up? So once I got out on the stage, I looked out and I saw a packed room on a Sunday. I was just energized. I was really just blown away because now I know that the people are here. We're about to feed.
You see it? Y'all see it? Do you see it? In the back, do y'all see it? Can y'all feel it? Y'all know it? Your life is going to change in the next 12 months.
Let me tell you about something I've never seen before. I've never actually seen a podcast booth set up for creatives to create in real time. So I'm talking about networking on steroids. You just met somebody in the room. You want to actually have a quick little interview or a quick little meeting. You could take them into one of the booths, ask them all the questions you really want to ask them in real time, record and document that, and actually put that content out right now. I've never seen that before. Crazy.
Get where you need to get. So how would I feel?
That would be Andre.
Camera was shaking during the podcast interview, so we got to figure something out.
I think when you're looking at production of anything, you should always be looking at it from a pessimistic perspective. What can I do to improve? What can I do to make this thing better? It might be the smallest change. People aren't looking at what's wrong. You could record a whole episode and there's a trash can behind you that nobody sees because nobody's looking at what's wrong. They're only looking at, oh, this is a good shot.
That's the one thing you can't hide doing a live event. You know what I mean? Like, say I launch a book. You don't know how many I sold. You know what I mean? Say I launch a t-shirt brand. Hey, get the shirts. I can be like, yo, it's popping. People are buying the shirts. Almost sold out. But a live event, like, if nobody's there, everybody knows that nobody's there.
One of my biggest takeaways from the podcast summit so far was like an aha moment first when Donnie said, don't edit. I was like, mind blown, because I be doing the most with trying to edit my podcast and stuff. I actually launched my podcast yesterday, and then I got to actually experience the content room, and I got to film some episodes for my podcast.
I have been able to network from the moment I got off my plane. Thank you guys so much for the podcast summit. This has been an amazing experience, and this is just day one.
Who believes they have a 7-figure podcast inside of them? It sounds good,
It sounds real good. Get pen and paper out. Let's get to work.
Me and my partner Donnie made an offer more on the entrepreneurial side where you can have us as business partners.
David gets really nervous about asking for the money. He gets excited about a product. He wants to do it all the time. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. But when it's time to ask for the money, he gets scared and it's all on me.
It's David Chance, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, it's Rashad, one half of Earn Your Leisure. I'm at the podcast summit right now. My boy David Shands put it together, and it's very important that we have this kind of dialogue because there's no blueprint, there's no college course to actually learn how to, be a superstar in a new age in media. So these type of formats, these type of programs are extremely important.
Corporate, but now
Yeah.
I've been wanting to create. I've always wanted to be the one. But
I can
it's the consistency part when shit ain't working, it's when it's stuck.
Yeah.
So
here go the thing. You don't know if it's not working. That's the problem. So like I said, when we was doing Thank God It's Monday, we had 50 people watching. Was it working or not? It was. We just didn't see the evidence till later.
Okay.
What's faith? The substance.
The things hope for and the evidence things.
So if you got faith that it's gonna work, as long as you know, listen, I say this, if you can get 5 people to listen, you can get 10. If you can get 10, you can get 50. If you can get 50, you can get 200. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you got people right, and so a lot of people get caught up because they don't got the big numbers and they ain't got the huge following.
Right.
Stay consistent with the content.
On the side. But again, like you said, we don't want to box her in.
I mean, if we can have them placed and then just quickly from here, right here, after they sit.
That works so good. We are setting up the set for the baddest. She is interviewing a surprise celebrity guest.
Well, Rick Ross isn't coming anymore. He was supposed to be Trina's guest. So now we're trying to find another celebrity that's in Miami that'll come and interview.
I am about to interview Trina. This was not originally a part of the program. There are some things that I'm going to ask her about stuff that I don't know about.
The woes of doing something good. And we were running on time the whole time. So there's one issue. I guess I don't need to talk about that too much, but I mean, it's a part of the journey. Right? If I'm being honest, man, the highlight of the conference for me was the testimonials. I mean, you put all this time and energy into an event. You're like, yo, did everybody have a good time? Was everyone pleased, or are they gonna cancel me Monday morning? And the testimonials, the tears, the rave reviews, and it wasn't me, it was the fact that they got a gumbo of information that was tailored towards them.
So the biggest thing I got yesterday was learning how to reach out to sponsors, getting the correct pitch deck going, and also when it comes to branding and making sure that whenever you're pushing yourself on YouTube that you have a good thumbnail and a good description.
One thing that I learned that I'm going to implement immediately is 1, make sure all my operations are in order. 2, thinking about branding, specifically what Mario talked about of what brands can you actually work with and what does that look like to actually get sponsorship.
The podcast summit in 2 days transformed my life, and it just opened my mind as to how far I can go with my podcast, any pivots that I may need to make or any rebranding that I need to make.
So we're just going bigger. We're just going bigger. We're just going bigger.